Hi, y'all. I'm Dynamite Delights. My dream has always been to eat a chicken leg and a turkey leg at the same time. But we're reviewing video games today. The game today, the Resident Evil HD Remake, is an entry of a high-selling franchise that is known for giving Milla Jovovich a job for a bit.
You are so much better than I ever could be.
Why is this game so beloved? Let's take a look. I recently got into the art of house flipping.
Holy cow!
There's a satisfaction to the upheaval of what was once a place of desolation and horror, and turning it into a place of luxury and life. But a lot of people watch these shows and they don't realize what it's missing. Pure evil. Resident Evil is the greatest house flipping game of all time. Bad plumbing, it's got that. Lavish environments and disrepair, it has that too. You know what else? Bunch of munchin' man-eaters. A virus like that is what we call in showbiz a home improvement. BioShock, The Last of Us, Snake, Rattle and Roll. All these games are remembered fondly for art direction, graphical fidelity, or broccoli. But they don't hold a lighter to this. You can try to wipe your eyes, but that ain't Vaseline, baby. That's graphics. There's a lot of environmental variety here. You'll visit other areas of the Spencer estate, including bathrooms, graveyards, and underground labs. The essentials. Although my house doesn't have that, but my priorities are my business. All these areas are framed and lit in their own distinct manner, making each room unique visually. Framing looks so scary you won't even know what you're shooting at.
Am I getting warmer?
All the monsties preventing your home makeover adventure come in many flavors. You have Hannibals, rabies, Spider-Man villains.
I love you.
I love you too.
Weird sciences, and honey, I blew up your man-eating spiders, snakes, and sharks. Much more interesting than the usual soggy ceiling tile. We also have our leads, Jill and Chris, who are stacked, packed, and ready to refurbish. Look at that face, and tell me you don't want him to remodel your shitting asshole.
Somebody respond! Over!
Barry?
Just in case we get killed, I wanted to tell you. You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
The sound effects act exactly like they, sound. Alright, a little excessive there. Interactables react with the right crunch, click, and beep, and things die with appropriate death moans. How do I know what death sounds like? I watch parents go on their kids' TikToks. While the music in this game enhances the atmosphere, you can put it in any situation and it makes it better. You can set it to another TV program, studying for a test, or even a relaxing cook.
Jill, don't scare me.
Speak for yourself, Barry. What are you doing here?
Voice acting performances in Resident Evil are intertwined with greatness. A great performance can arrest your attention into the drama of a story. Observe.
The ultimate life form. Tyrant.
Wesker, you've become senile.
This may be just about house flipping, but this is high art, like a blood splatter painting of being wall crushed, attending a concert, or getting boulder crushed. The main undead meat of the game is gaining entry into the entirety of the premises so that they can be repaired later. A lot of areas are locked and need the correct item to progress, which can be obtained through puzzles. Now, I enjoy some high intellect play here, but if I had one area of the game to fix with our budget, it'd be the puzzles. You have a beginning of the game, you have to find 4 masks to get a metal object. To find one of the masks, you gotta find a fake key by blowing a dog whistle, killing them, and stealing their pendant, inspecting it to find a fake key, replacing fake key with real key so you don't become a McRib, unlocking a door to a room in which you must place armor suits in the correct order, to then finally get access to a box with a mask. This is more work than necessary. Using only keys for doors is a much easier way to traverse a house than forgetting the right dog head and instead jamming some weed or a gun in the doorknob. To ratchet up the suspense of navigating a rickety house without any maids, the game has limited movement in its tank control scheme. You move in the direction of where the camera is positioned and can only shoot when you stopped moving. I gotta say, it doesn't make for the most responsive action. They play like they came out of a fresh mud bath and are straining themselves from letting the diseases blanket the bloodstained floors. But I can't be mad that they're not clean though when all the bathrooms are occupied and they'll attack on sight.
Get out! Okay. Get out! Get out!
The player also has to make sure of what they're carrying because they can't take everything lying around. Jill and Chris have 6 or 8 inventory slots, so you have to choose carefully when exploring. I would have thought they'd bring a wheelbarrow from this place's shed, but the Spencer Mansion is lacking in yard tools. Even if the servants couldn't go to the Home Depot last weekend because they had some bad rash, STARS could have been better prepared. Isn't STARS Raccoon City's SWAT? The most elite unit should have the pocket space for 7 science jars, a bag of mulch, and fuel reactors. Compounding this issue is limited resources. You can only use what's lying around the mansion, and there are no replenishing springs of bullets or health to run back to. You gotta use what you got, even if you only have a ninja star and a tampon. That includes saves too. If you die or run out of those, you'll have to redo portions since that save. Wait, where's the rest of the script? Last edit 12 days ago? Oh. You do have an advantage in the form of item boxes. You can put anything in one of these, and those items you put in there will show up in other boxes around the estate. The game doesn't provide a lore reason why, but I know why. There's many instances of machinery being handled from afar. In the cave section, you will encounter a puzzle where you transport a crate on a metal platform to a different area. There's probably someone or something operating the movement of your stuff between these crates. Those fucking rodents. Always hiding in secrecy, pulling the strings. Are their intentions pure, or are they playing both sides? After escaping the caves, I needed to restock. Everything I left in one of the boxes was still in this one. Except for my hat. Blow 'em up. Blow 'em up to hell. The remake includes a bunch of new additions. New enemies like the Crimson Heads will make you regret blasting. Self-defense items can save you from incoming bites, grabs, and spits. Some of them can even charge your phone. Ooh, dinner's here. Plus more story and lore. All this, with the contrast between a Chris and Jill playthrough, highlight how different both the original and the remakes are. Which one do you choose? There's pros and cons to both, but the answer is obviously Jill. Sure, you could play as Chris and get more health and a free lighter, but no Barry love.
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system we have here.
Even though a first playthrough can take around 8 to 12 hours, there's more to unlock and see the more you play. You can get new endings, modes, costumes, and weapons on subsequent runs. Why can't I inherit the abilities of the characters' costumes? Let me uppercut a country's worth of normies into a volcano.
Take me to the volcano!
This renovation starts like any old evening. STARS Alpha Team is dispatched to inspect the disappearance of Bravo Team in the Arclay Mountains. After discovering some overly playful puppies, members Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Albert Wesker, and Barry Burton make a run to a nearby mansion. Jill or Chris get separated, and it's up to them to uncover the mystery and a little house cleaning on the side. Let's talk about characters. Somehow, all the main characters have remained ingrained in the crimson heads of fans, and you can't go through this many iterations without strong intrinsic design and personalities. Barry likes wordplay, and he has a family. Jill gets scared a lot. And Wesker is a cool guy who wears sunglasses and loves his pets. Video game stories aren't often well known for the emotional depth in the early 2000s, but the writing and performances hit with a delicate subtlety. Like this clip of Chris encouraging Rebecca to play piano, you can really see their bond strengthened in Chris's appreciation of her play.
Oh, what was that?
I didn't expect a master-student relationship in this game, but in the 5-hour minigame, Rebecca becomes a piano master, and we invest in that bond. The plot, while sparse, is more to set up the terrors of the untidy rooms. There's plenty of lore found in the optional files, which can hint at the larger narrative or enhance mood. Look at the researcher's letter. My dearest Ada, by the time you read this letter, I'll no longer be the person you once knew. The results of my test came out today, and, as I suspected, it came out positive. I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of reason just thinking about my impending doom. I would give anything not to have to become one of them. This heartbreaking finality of the test indicates he's lactose intolerant. I can never share a strawberry milkshake ever again. This is the part where I talk about the end of the game, so if you haven't played the game yet, please cover your eyes and ears and proceed to the nearest bomb shelter. I find it refreshing that the ending for this game is more optimistic than most horror stories were. In the closing hours, we discover the reason for all the atrocities by the traitor Wesker. Experiments were conducted in a lab underneath the mansion. Of course, everything went wrong. A mansion isn't a place to hold all your evil tests. My guy, you're evil, so I'm guessing you live here. Do your science somewhere else so if something goes wrong, you don't get blamed for it. Maybe the nearest ski resort or your ex-wife's place. Anyway, somebody press the self-destruction button, so everyone's gotta leave. Self-destruction system has been activated. Please make your way to the exits, but if there's time, grab a delectable sugar cookie. Chris reaches the roof, kills the big albino. Everything goes well and he gets away.
Chris?
As I'm talking through this review, I realize this might be one of the worst house flipping games if the place you're about to renovate explodes into a million splinters. This completely changes my worldview. Was this game a poor representation, or did Resident Evil showcase what house flipping truly is? During the review process, I was observing every little detail of the game when my friend was playing. He told me how it felt to play as I had Everybody Loves Raymond in the background, playing drums and slurping my Supru soup. I was shocked, appalled watching the last hour, seeing all this happen.
It was the taste of betrayal.
It wasn't a taste of betrayal.
It was the taste of betrayal.
No, it really wasn't.
This game lulled me in, and I bought it. All the deeds. I just don't know what to believe anymore, and I am ashamed. I rate this game dripping barbecue sauce staining your shirt out of 2. Animals dying in the forest fire. Please look forward to more reviews.